Okay, so today we're going to go through the process of how we clean our work vans. Our work vans are absolutely crucial when it comes to delivering the work that we provide. And as you can see, this work van here could use a little bit of love in the way of cleaning and organization. So we're going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so what we find generally works best is if you can just kind of empty out the van and then you're able to kind of start with a fresh slate. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to basically pull out all the equipment into a dry area. It happens to be snowing here. We're approaching the end of the season. But you can also do this at a car wash in the same manner. Basically pull out all the equipment as a step one. It's always a good idea to do a good sweep before you start the vacuuming. And Andrew's done an awesome job. So this is basically what we're looking for. You know, it doesn't have to be so clean that you could eat off of it, but it definitely has been swept and vacuumed, which is great for what we're doing. Now, while Andrew's vacuuming in the back there, I'm going to be starting up in the front. So basically, it's just a matter of doing the same process. So I'm going to empty the garbage can and any other loose equipment that we have, we're going to try and find a place for. Okay, so at this point, it's been vacuumed out. All the major pieces of dust and debris and everything have been removed. And now what we're going to use is just a moist towel to basically wipe everything up. Okay, and this is the van all vacuumed and wiped out. Obviously, it looks a lot better. And now it's just a matter of putting everything back in. Now, we do have the mats here that haven't been cleaned yet. We're going to do that at the car wash. So for now, we're just going to put them back in as is. Okay, and this is an example of how it should look when everything is put back in. So there's a lot of stuff, there's no doubt, but it is organized. The standoff bars are all set over here. These gutter buckets will be dumped before we deem this van to be fully cleaned. We have our extension pole as well as our broom handle here. The step ladder is kind of left at an angle. This van right now has two different hoses, so they're stacked right here. Small step, the rope bag, and then on this side over here, we have our roofer's kit with everything in it, the pylons, and over there you'll see we have both the new laundry as well as the old laundry ready for pickup. All the guys' belts are hung up, and so are the harnesses. So it's nice and organized, and no matter what van you're in, you should know where the equipment is. On this side here, everything's been wiped out and vacuumed. So basically the garbage is dumped, and you're pretty much ready to go to the car wash, and then dump the gutter buckets, and then this van is ready to go back into the field. Okay, so then you're gonna need the Cruise credit card. You're gonna swipe it just like this, and it's gonna say authorizing transaction. And then to start out, we're gonna go with a rinse. And then you're gonna select the foam brush. Okay, nice big swipes. We're not polishing a Ferrari. We want to make coverage on every square inch, but it doesn't have to be super beautiful. We're on the clock here, so we want to keep making some progress. Okay, and then to finish, we want to do a spot-free rinse, which is right there. And the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you blast off the floor mats. And finally, it's super important that you just hit stop. And that's it. Okay, and as you can tell, the work van looks a lot better than it did going in. It's nice and clean inside and out. So a couple things you got to remember when you're doing the work van cleaning. Number one, you got to remember the company credit card or you're not going to be able to pay for it. Number two, you got to have a moist towel or a dirty rag in order to do the wipe down on the inside. And that's pretty much it. And the final thing you want to make note of is just take a look at the kilometers versus what is mentioned on the windshield to see if we are in need of an oil change. Okay, so we just wrapped up that work van. Basically, the process of washing and vacuuming the work van usually takes between 40 and 50 minutes round trip. It is important to hustle because generally speaking, you'll have a number of them to do at the same time. And it's just important to realize that those work vans are relied upon by our crew members as well as our business for income. Some of our crew members even have families, so it's incredibly important that we always drive defensively and treat them with respect whenever we're handling them. Okay, so let's go over a basic review of cleaning the work vans. First and foremost, the items that you're going to need in order to clean the work vans are going to be the credit card and loonies if you're going to be using the vacuum, as well as a damp cloth. Generally speaking, it's a good idea to just use some of the dirty laundry from the window cleaning equipment. That is definitely sufficient. The process that we follow, first and foremost, you're going to remove everything from the cargo and the cab. It's nice to start with a clean slate. You're going to sweep out, vacuum, and then wipe down the different surfaces of the floor. You're going to reload all the equipment in the new organized fashion. Of course, being a production company, sometimes things get kind of strewn all about in a disorganized fashion. It's your job to get it back to the way it should be. Then you're going to take it down to the car wash. And finally, it's a good idea to check the oil in the fuel. If it needs fuel, certainly top it up. And you're going to dump the gutter buckets at the spot before you finish with the van. Always remember, many people rely on these work vans to be in fine working order. So please, 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 make sure you exhibit the utmost care and respect when handling the work vans. And that's it.